Hi there, and welcome to episode 11 of my Trueborn of Azan's Crucible playthrough. I'm Icon, and today we're going to complete the diplomacy tradition. I will be excavating the Karazit expedition a bit more. Let's head over here. And apart from that, I'm going to feature a few things that have happened in between. The first few things will be, of course, the tradition and a few space pirates in between. So with the diplomacy tradition completed, I will now have a way easier time with keeping everybody a friend of mine, and we're now going to go into the mind over matter tree, because psionics were a thing that I had in mind when I began with this playthrough, so there we go. So the Azanti are now, after mastering the diplomacy, going for some psionic features. I think that's a completely relatable development. Okay, Opheli Prime got that yeah, they got that industrial sector, which enables me to build boatloads of rare material processing buildings. So the only question remains is which ones to pick now. So, well, okay, mote harvesting traps it is. We're running out of motes here anyways. So the economy of the Azanti people is pretty good overall. Might not look like it right now, but it is actually. And I've now begun colonizing my worst planets in the in my empire now. So Tethel Prime, a desert world, Mihil Prime, an alpine world, and I plan on proceeding here wherever I can. And looks like the combat is already over, or what's happening here? Yeah, looks like my fleet destroyed that already. Okay. So, yeah. So this is my my nice and little effective fleet. It's really just a small one, but it's mine. Okay, let's send the Revenant's fleet back home, and let's go for some more research. Tomb world habitability, yes please. I feel like that's one of the most relatable upgrades the Azanti could possibly pick. Okay, yeah, and civic points, that was another thing. So I felt like today's episode is all about the reforms and the development of the Azanti people. So I want to check out what kind of civic to pick, which reflects my playstyle so far best. So let's see, citizen service, no. Corvée system, no. Cutthroat politics, no. Diplomatic corps, well. Aristocratic elite, that would be definitely something I see realistic in their society, especially with that death cult thing going on. Exalted priesthood would be just as relatable. So let's see, reanimated armies, not yet. When we got that psionics thing fully rolling, maybe. But I guess exalted priesthood is exactly where we're headed here. So there we go. So this gives me high priests, which produce even more unity. And I think with this change, we're also going to be a dictatorship, because I feel like that's where it's headed. There we go. I mean, if we look at that, the monarchist initiative was, after all, over a century the strongest force in the empire, and therefore I guess this was exactly what had to happen. Alright, so I now got the autocracy running, and we have now priests. Welcome in the new empire. Theocratic dictatorship. Yes, no more elections. There we go. Alright, now after that's been settled, let's see. Alloy nanoplans. So this amps up my alloy production to yet another level, which is really good. So between this and the last episode, I mainly just solidified the infrastructure and the Empire's main strengths. So I built a lot of holo temples and pillars of quietus, or however they are pronounced. Not on every planet though, this was realistic, but oh, they got a sacrificial temple still. So I'm still upgrading, well, as much as I can into roleplay ideals, because I felt like this is what these people would be doing. So the result here is a pretty heavy weight towards society research, and well, we got some Unity points, and I think I never had so many traditions so early in the game unlocked. It's quite fun. So meanwhile, I declared my fleets to another size, so they are now up to the size of 120. I amped up the amount of destroyers to 20 per fleet, so we're also stronger and stronger. And I went into a mutual defense pact with the Zaplo Incorporated, because I felt like, yeah, it's better to work together. And we keep doing the bounty sacrifices and kill all those mortal initiates a few more years. By now, it gives me a 18% bonus, which is quite substantial. But, well, losing populations every now and then is still pretty a pretty big drawback, and it's noticeable. Like, overall, the Civic of the Death Cults is fun and everything, but the bigger your Death Cult gets, the harder it is to pull it off permanently. Unidentified vessels. Kleptomania grads. Okay. So yeah, and yet another thing that happened. So we do have a dimensional hole there, here in the where was it again? Go to in a Kurnar. So we went in there, and it turned out this portal opened up into a void dimension. It's really fun because this dimensional portal event has several different ways to manifest itself. So this time we're harvesting dark matter, and I felt like this time I'm also going to, or this episode I'm going to probe the void, and we're trying to amp up the dark matter production. Apart from that, I'm going to crack up the alien box, and yeah, that's enough. That's enough for one episode, I'd say. So, meanwhile, at the Karazit system, we're are doing the archaeology. The oh, my first scientist died at the age of 76. So, shame. So, here, there's one scientist available. Great. So my first generation of rulers will be now slowly pass away and make place for the next generation of rulers. That's why we're now already living in the second age of Azan. So Aztani warriors sighted. So yeah, that's mercenaries. Slug mercenaries. Fine.
A special project.
So the alien box has these different vials. Yeah, I remember that. So I'd say the Azanti people look like the green solution to me. Let's see what that does. So, adaptability trade. What's that? So, that's a species trade. Here. Habitability plus 5%. Not bad. It's pretty useful, actually. And I've learned the Tomb World habitability thingy. Climate restoration. Oh. Well, it's a big tech, but, well, let's use that heavy weight in technology for something. Oh man, it's a difficult one. It's one of my last archaeology projects that are available. And, yeah, let's see. Of course, I want to keep my expansion rolling. So, Tium. Definitely, I'm going to spread the psionic people here across the Empire. So, let's see. Debatra Prime, yeah, okay. Ruler unemployment, I can't change that easily. This happens, this ruler unemployment thing happens whenever I do some sacrifices. So unfortunately that's a little bit of a side effect, I guess. Alright, so this planet also has gatherable rare materials and therefore gas extraction. I really want to invest into these things as heavy as possible because they're that useful. So also planetary capitals are being founded now. Oh, Akerna Prime has finally the building slot available to do a Sanctuary of Repose. They are claiming the Fankor system. Wait a sec, didn't I try to colonize there just a moment ago? So the nation of Rufaya is doing a lot of claims. That smells like war. So let's check this situation out. The nation of Rufaya, they are pretty equivalent to me, so I don't think they should be able to do something against my people here. So let's do some counteractions to the threat they're trying to build up, because I don't want to let myself into such cheap games. I don't want them to I don't want them to have such an easy life getting me into these cheap games. So, thing in it, clearing away the rubble is a painstaking, risky business. Workers and equipment have to be hoisted down hundreds of meters to dig the site, and excavated rubble has to be lifted out. There have been numerous casualties and accidents while working in these tying conditions, but progress is being made, and every day we venture deeper. The walls of the crater are worn and cracked by time, but they plunge unerringly straight down into the planet's core. We can still only speculate how deep it goes, as something in the depths is garbling all our sensors readings. Okay, that's one of the weirdest things ever. So, probing the void is running. There's so many physics, or is that physics? No, engineering challenges there, and my species is so bad with engineering tech. So let's see. Yeah, the Rufayans are not able to change the relations to a worse part anymore. Relations are getting better.
A special project.
So, a vast signal amplifier has sent a blast of energy through the portal on Akerna Prime. The effect was immediate. The pressure on the far side of the portal is noticeably stronger, and with it comes an increased flow of dark matter. Wonderful. So let's dive into the secrets of the First League too, because I really feel like this is these things have to be completed at this point. Hyper shields, hell yeah, that's something I wanted to have so badly. Plasma accelerators, tempting, but let's research those hyperdrives, because hyperdrives are really good. Comfort the Fallen. So, Guardian Angels Act. I don't want a reduction of my fleet power. Oh, I'm so against banning slave trade. It's not like my species was heavily indulging into that, but to them it's a thing of the philosophy, you know. So, Sanctuaries of Repose. So, next tradition will be Harmony. Food consumption reduction. Yeah, why not? That should be, Oh, I wanted to interfere. I just forgot. Well, whatever. Whoops. That was unintentional. But I don't mind. I mean, it was also an opportunity to witness death in a very, very spectacular way. I guess for the Azanti people, that's something special too. But I really just messed up the micromanagement. To be quite honest here, it was just a micromanagement mess up. Well, well. Sanctuary of Repose. We upgrade that. So, with such large amounts of rare materials available, money is not that much of an issue anymore. So, I can also reduce the amount of food we buy by a severe amount. There we go. So, Debater Prime. Magnetic Miracle. Okay, so Mihil Prime is producing a lot more research now. Well, not too fascinating. So let's go for Tium. Fankor. And Kurazit. I want to spread out my my empire as far and wide as possible, because my Empire Sprawl might be completely used up now. Oh, there's another research complex. But my administrative offices are still upgradable, and therefore I feel like let's use it. Climate restoration, wonderful. I gotta check out where that will be usable. Gene tailoring, that's something I wanted to use as well. So, Teriok Prime, as a tomb world, what do we do here first? So, Sanctuary of Repose has been built. Let's go for an energy grid. I feel like that's a good thing to pick here. So, let's see. Is there...
Is complete.
We have successfully managed to integrate the First League artifacts into our research process, so... anti-gravity engineering. Oh my gosh. Anti-gravity engineering. If I remember correctly, that's the technology we need for megastructures. Yum. So, yeah, this archaeology thing takes a lot longer than I thought. So, repeal cooperative research channels. A most irritating envoy. The Ruffian envoy has been exasperatingly tiresome in her efforts to represent Ruffian interests in Razan's Crucible, so, yeah. They're trying to take me off, sure. We're just going to tank a few points of influence. I don't want to risk a scandal here, because that's exactly what the Ruffian people want to do. They don't like it, well, that's just a random event, but I want to plot it like they are doing it on purpose, you know. So let's buy some more alloys, because that wealth has to be used. And oh yeah, of course, the shields, new hyperdrives, gamma lasers.
A study has been completed.
Yeah, please. And destroyer build speed, that's also pretty nice. Synthetic crystal plants, yeah, why not? I don't really need those techs because I have such an insane amount of relic worlds available that feature a lot of rare mineral deposits, but, well... The excavation has hit delays as the dig site becomes increasingly toxic the deeper we go. Parts of the shaft are dangerously irradiated, probably by the catastrophic event that dug out the crater in the first place. The need for protective countermeasures and decontamination apparatus is slowing down the progress of work. Okay. This is taking some time, but well. So, Bayan Dazat is now done with the crystal mines. Let's go for the gas extraction next.
Vessels have been refitted.
I like that. I really like those worlds. So, there's some space amoeba in the way.
A study has been completed.
Gene tailoring, wonderful. Clone armies, well, not that interesting. Temple of Grand Sacrifice. Naval capacity plus is a lot more interesting right now. So, Debater Secundus. Housing problems and, well, job problems will be there soon as well. But until then, let's see. Let's give them a gene clinic. I feel like a paradise world deserves a gene clinic. Tethel Prime, so I think might be a desert world, but I'm going to produce food there.
Inbound communication.
So the Othethi Corporation, no. The Garian regime wants to form a commercial pact with me? Yeah, sure. We do that. Advanced afterburners, yes. Yes, please. So I'm not longer needing those
Vessels have been refitted.
Extra consumer goods. So reconfiguring my automatic market deals is something I do a lot because it's just very convenient, I think. So Mihil Prime, leader lifespan, demotion of pops. Yeah, leader lifespan. I want that. So the second generation of my species is just a little bit longer on duty now. So Mihil Prime is going to have mining endeavors running. Okay, that's that. The bounty edict ran out, but this time I'm not going to renew it. Oh, I got an edict slot open the whole time and I didn't notice that. Pity. Okay, but first up I want to colonize Karazit Prime, and let's check out what kind of edict we're going to pick up. Fleet supremacy, fortify the border, well... Information quarantine.
Establishing a new colony.
Farming subsidies, mining subsidies, capacity subsidies. Well, let's run with the mining subsidies. because that reflects my economy quite good. So, we finished that one. At long last, we reached the bottom of the shaft and made an astonishing discovery. Mangled by the crash and half melted during atmospheric re-entry, it is nonetheless indisputably a spacecraft of advanced alien design. Despite being buried under thousands of tons of debris after enduring a catastrophic descent, it is remarkably intact. The ship was found with a row pointing downward, which leads to the assumption, prow pointing downward, which leads to the assumption that it went straight into the planet at extremely high velocity. We will probably never know why. How the ship managed to retain structural integrity despite all this is up for debate, but the strongest theory is that it was encased in some form of advanced energy field far beyond our most cutting-edge technologies. Lined in incinerating light, the craft shot through the planet's crust like a superheated projectile until finally grinding to a halt in the darkness. So that's all. Just a few hundred science points. Aw, man, some of those are a little bit anticlimactic. So, oh yeah, many of the Azanti inhabitants of Tyriok Prime have turned to genetic modification to help them cope with the planet's hostile environment. The Ultra Azanti are now among us. So, when that happens, you're having a you get some Tomb World preferring species in your subspecies in your species. The nation of Rufaya insults us. Okay, let's check that out. The role of the trueborn of Uzan's crucible is played out. Go where you belong from now on, into the dustbin of history. But we're all dust. Okay, friends, so that's, I guess, the Rufaya people want war. And, well, we're gonna give them war. I mean, they are basically wonderful in my way. And I don't mind at all. So, yeah, sadly Fankor will be now colonized by not as ideal colonists as I would be able to whip up now. But, well, I didn't know that the Ultra Azanti were coming up my way. So Tethel Prime, Mihil Prime, Karazit Prime, and Tium Prime are going to be the most remarkable new expansions to my empire. And that was also one of the many reasons why I wanted to roll this episode at this point, because I felt like, yeah, there were so many projects that deserved this episode. So the drone study and the underground vault on Raman Prime are going to be things for the next episode, because, well, obviously I keep things, I keep a few things open for later. So, look at that. My minerals are running lower. I never thought that this would be happening ever. So, well, leader enhancement, selected lineages. Well, let's go for that one. Alright, friends, so I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here. And just like I did with the last episode, we're going to return to this series once there's something remarkable or notable happening, because I don't feel like I want to do things without any particular bigger reason. Oh yeah, I want to upgrade this one, and I want to establish a black hole observation post, because that's something we can do now. So yeah, expect next episode when there's either going to be some war or some other interesting event is focusing my attention on the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. The Azanti people are now, well, at a pretty good spot, I'd say. For the outro, we check out the victory table here. So my technology level is not there, not where I wanted to be right now, but we caught up with the other people as well. But Still a far way to go. Anyways, friends, drop a comment down below, leave a like or a subscribe if you want to support. I would be super happy if you do. Either way, have a good time and see you then. Goodbye.